We are coming to you from U.S. Cellular Field, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet Plus presents White Sox baseball. It's A.J. Pierzynski, Gordon Beckham, Paul Konerko and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Joe Mauer, Jason Kubel, and Lon Gardenhire's Minnesota Twins. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With former Cy Young Award winner Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell. Since we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, as you know, the Twins have taken the first two. They won the opener 7-0. Nick Blackburn was just outstanding. Then last night we hit 3 home runs. They hit 4. They won it 8-6. So the Sox come in 5.5 games back in Minnesota. They're 8 games back of the Tigers. And tonight, Mark Buehrle.
It's a battle of left-handers with Mark Buehrle going to the mound at 12-9. He's always done very well against these Twins. He's 23-15 lifetime. And hopefully 1-6 after the perfect game's a bit deceiving for Mark. Hope he has a good night tonight. He should have won 3 of those games but didn't. And I think he's in pretty good shape for this evening's tilt. Going to the mound is Brian Dunsing, a young left-hander from Minnesota. He's 4-1 this year. He's thrown the ball real well, especially because he burst on the scene without a whole lot of expectations. We've seen him throw the ball pretty well. So, Hawk, let's salvage at least one of the series.
At least. All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
From first pitch between the White Sox and Twins here tonight. Chuck Garfien here with Bill Melton. And have you ever wondered what it's like to play baseball with Bill Melton, to be taught how to play the game by Bill Melton and his cohorts of veteran baseball players? Well, this is the place to do it. The camp, your fantasy camp in Glendale, Arizona, one of the best there is in the country, and you can do it with this guy, right?
You know what it is, Chuck? The real Field of Dreams is right behind us right here at U.S. Cellular Field. But, yeah, every year for the last 17 or 18 years, the White Sox have sponsored a fantasy camp. It started in Sarasota, Florida, then it went to Tucson, Arizona. Now it's in Glendale, Arizona. Now, this is something where the White Sox have really done a lot of things good for their season ticket holders. We've had a lot of people out there. A lot of them are the season ticket holders, but most importantly, it's not all about how many coaches are there. We have 16 of us. It's the type of coaches we have. Most of these guys have been doing it for a long, long time. We kind of all get along, so it makes it a lot easier on the campers. And, we do it, again, every year. This is your camp. You come down there, you participate, you play 2 games a day.
And it's not just baseball, it's more.
Yeah, it's more. It's everything. I mean, we feed you in the morning, we feed you in the afternoon, we take you out and have 3
You cannot get rid of these guys.
Yeah, 3 banquets every night, and people worry about it. We're going to have a little cocktail party, so we get an autograph. We sign stuff all day long, but I think what makes our camp so good is the fact that we kind of intermingle with all the campers. And for you campers that come down, don't worry about the age. You'll never be embarrassed down there. Trust me. We have them from age 40, 50, and 60 years old. It's competitive only if you make it. Most of the time, these guys all wind up being good friends. We have a reunion every year, and every camper comes out to a game next year, and they all became friends forever, really. That's really what it's all about.
It's a long list of names. Harold Baines is there, Ron Kittle, Moose Skowron. If Moose Skowron was there by himself, I would go to this camp. Jim Fregosi, Bobby Thigpen, and it's January the 10th. It's for a week, right, in Glendale?
It is for a week, and all these guys, like you said, with Moose Skowron, he could tell you stories for 1 week. But again, we're around you all the time. We go to dinner with you. We spend a lot of time with you, and I think you find it just having a lot of fun.
I may have to go this year.
You can go.
Can I?
We'll invite you to go.
Thank you
Can
very
you hit?
much. No.
Okay.
No, I can hit. I can
We'll
throw.
teach you.
You will?
Harold Baines will teach you.
Okay. All right, so that's a fantasy camp coming up next year in Glendale. And how can you join? How can you sign up?
You sign up through the web. I believe it's on the web. You call Bob Grimm or Joe Simmons in the front office. We have a lot of pamphlets around the stadium right now. You'll see it on the signs should you come out to the ballpark. That's a fantasy camp, ChiSox.com. You can find it on the net. Just search for the White Sox net. Hey, sign up over the net. That's a new way.
Okay. All right, we've got baseball coming up. Hawk and Steve standing by for the call next from US Cellular Field. Coming up.
by 7-Eleven? Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. And with Mark Buehrle ready to go and Gomez stepping in, I'll turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over Comcast Sportsnet Plus. Finale of this 3-game set. Carlos Gomez will lead it off. First pitch of the ball game, taken down low. Gomez hitting at .231, 3 homers. He's driven in 27. Hard hit down to Beckham. Nice play. 1 out.
Especially nice play because Beckham was in on the grass to take the butt away. Watch how quick his hands are. One-hop rocket. He's adjusted to the speed of the game very well. Getting better with every passing day, and it's easy after that.
So here's Cabrera. Takes a strike. Twins come in hitting at .272 as a club. They have a 4.51 ERA. And that's fouled back. So the count 0-2. And this is the final meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 17, they have won 11.
Cabrera's had a very nice series. He's done everything you'd have to do to play winning baseball.
And there's a base hit in the hole. He is now 4 for 8 in the series with a homer and 4 RBIs.
Juan Gardner going through his set of signs. I doubt if they're going to take too many liberties with Mark Buehrle on the hill. They've seen him enough. He's got 38 decisions against him, but they know he has one of the best moves in baseball.
So here's Mauer. He's hitting .372 to go along with 28 homers and 89 driven in. Flips a little breaking ball up there, and the count 0-1. Guerrero 13 for 17 in stolen bases, but as the pace of the pitch got Mauer right there, and the count 0-2. And that is back. And Souvenir left side. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
It's a little foggy here tonight.
Yes, it is. I think it's a little residue. Fireworks, and he gone.
Well, even knowing Mark Buehrle has a good move and playing behind him last year, Cabrera still gets tricked at first base, and he's out easily.
Well, it just goes to show you how good that move is. There's a high curve ball into center field. Rios drifting back on the track, makes a catch, and that'll retire the side after a half inning of play. It's the Twinkies 0, and the good guys coming to bat.
Ramirez, Dye, Carlos Quentin, and Alex Rios and Tyler Flowers, the DH, and hitting 9. A Los defensive setup behind Brian Dunsing, left to right, Young, Gomez, and Kubel. In the infield, Tolbert, Cabrera, Punto, and Kadire. Joe Mauer behind the plate. And the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher is Brian Dunsing. The left-hander's 4-1. He's throwing the ball very well. Fine ERA this year against the Sox. As you can see, right-handers hit him just a little bit better than the left-handers.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Jason Nix will stand in. Dunsing, impressive. 5'11", 195 pounds, out of Omaha. Sox come in hitting at .259 as a club with a 4.19 ERA. Takes that pitch downstairs. Nix hitting at .236, 12 homers, 31 driven in.
The last 4 starts, Dunsing has left leading 2-0, leading 3-0, leading 8-0, and leading 3-0. So he's got a pretty good run.
The 2-0 pitch. And it's 3-0. Outfield, for the most part, straight up, spread out. Just about equidistant. Maybe just a slight gap in right center. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Sox will have an off day tomorrow. Then the Tigers come into town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's chop foul. So it's 3-2 to Nix. Jason has faced Dunsing 5 times, has 1 hit, and that 1 hit left the premises.
Dunsing has a pretty good straight change, and he will go inside to the right-handers.
That ball backhanded by Cabrera. The quick set right over the top. Nice play. So 1 out. And it'll bring up Gordon Beckham. Beckham hitting at .269, 13 homers. He's driven in 56. Beckham 3 for 8 in the series with a homer. Takes a little get me over breaking ball for a strike. Dunsing will do that a lot.
Yeah, that's what we've seen in the 4 previous starts. Has been that big slow curve, usually a strike.
That's low. And the count 1-1. Sox 41-36 here at home, but on the road not good. 32-43. Ball hit hard. Tolbert controls. Plenty of time. 2 down. And with 2 out, let's check out our Heineken picks to click tonight. Jim Angio, our director and the crew. They went with Konerko. Lisa, Steve, Tex, Layla, and Larry. They're all tonight going with Tyler Flowers and Kathy Cooch and Jeanette Ragosich and I. We're going to go with Jason Nix. So here's Pierzynski. AJ hitting at .308, 13 homers. He's driven in 49. And as we speak, Detroit leading Cleveland 8-1. That game in the 4th inning.
Well, Cleveland did take the lead. They just didn't hold it for long.
No, it was a short line. Short line.
Yes, it was.
Little chopper 2 hopper. Punto's got him easy. 1-2-3 inning for Dunsing, and after 1, no score. Jiggins tomorrow starting at 6 a.m. only on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friends. Jason Kubel will lead it off here in the top of the second inning. Kubel at 301, 24 homers. He's driven in 89. Takes it up high. Breaking ball, no. 2-0. Kubel 3 for 9 with a homer in the series in lifetime against Burley. 2 for 6. And both hits have stayed in the park. There's the strike. Nick sucks it up. 1 out.
Book a White Sox group outing or party area today. You can save on each ticket for a group of 20 or more fans, whether it's the warning track, fan deck, or individual game diamond suites. They're all available. Book a group outing or party area by calling 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
Mike Kadire 4 for 9 in the series with a homer and 2 RBIs. Kadire has been red hot lately for these Twinkies. Bauer, of course, has been red hot all year long. Backhanded, the set, the gun, high.
Well, that would have just been a base hit, but because the ball went into the camera well, it's a base hit E5. This part of it's good, but unfortunately, he just airmails Paulie. Kadire winds up at second base.
So that'll bring up Delman Young. Kadire now 25 for 82 lifetime off Burley. Young comes in hitting at 268, 8 homers. He's driven in 45. 2 for 7 in this series, and lifetime against Mark 8 for 20 with a couple of home runs. There's the strike. And the count 2-1. Off the end of the bat. Nice pitch by Burley. Turned it over. Right over the top. And that's out number 2. And I want to congratulate all the guys on the Black Hat team on Monday, because at the Spectrios Institute for Low Vision held their 5th annual Golf Classic fundraiser. Now, Ed Farmer was the captain. It's a Ryder Cup format. He was the captain for the White Hats. I was the captain for the Black Hats. And Greg Osco, Doug Isles, Dale Fleming, Dan Duran, they were the top scoring foursome on the Black Hats. And Gary Lichenhell, Maureen Lichenhell, Jay Williams, and Richard Feinblum were the top scoring team on the White Hats. And that's just a terrific cause. Spectrios Institute for Low Vision. All their proceeds benefit the nonprofit organization that provides visual rehabilitation programs for persons with permanent vision loss. That ball is hammered, gets fouled. Nope. Harris will knock in. Kadire, and it is 1-0 Twins.
RBI number 35 for Brendan Harris, who continues to be a thorn in our side, as this high cutter doesn't cut. And Harris just takes it down the line. It wanted a hook, but at the last instant it stayed well fair.
And of course, the director of the Spectrios Institute for Low Vision, Tracy Williams, Dr. Tracy Williams. He is also the White Sox team doctor, as is he the Chicago Bulls team doctor. Had a good time, Tracy. They raised some nice money. Matt Tolbert off the end of the bat. And that'll do it. But the Twins get on the board first, and after inning and a half, 1-0 Twinkies. Minnesota has handed it to us this year.
Well, they've taken advantage of everything that the Sox have given them. Every time we make a mistake, they put at least one on the board. And we've got to come back against a guy that's awfully tough in Brian Dunsing. His ERA just a touch over 2 in 4 starts against the Sox.
It'll be Konerko, Ramirez, and Dye. Paulie at 285, 28 homers and 87 driven in. The ball hammered. Young is right there. That's a hang wiffle for Paulie.
Kubel's not quite up to the standard that they normally have in the outfield. I mean, he's a guy that can crush the ball, so you have him in there. But as as far as left and center field, they can both go get him.
So here's Alexei. He's at 277, 15 homers, 67 driven in. There's a base hit. Kluber will cut it off. You can cancel a post-game show. And that'll bring up Jermaine Nye.
First ball fastball picked on by Alexei, and he rifled it into right field.
Jermaine at 248, 25 homers, 74 driven in. Takes it right there. That evens the count at 1. Jermaine has faced Dunsing 6 times, and he has a couple of hits. And that's up high. Two one delivery. Don't help him out. Carlos Quentin on deck. Maine. All Sox fans know had a terrific first half. And second half has really struggled. Takes it right there, so a full count. Had a lot of people in the last couple of weeks say, what's wrong with Jermaine? Well, if I could have answered that, I would have told him. He wouldn't have been struggling so hard. Greg Walker and Jermaine have worked very hard trying to get him out of this funk, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. That ball hit hard. That's right at Delmon Young. Another Hang Wolfham. He's got a gun. So we've had 2 rockets hit right to the left fielder. Meanwhile, 2 out.
Saturday, September 26th at 9:30. It's a really nice event. Chicago Park District and the Willie B. White Advisory Council invite you to join a celebration for Willie B. White Park. She was a 5-time Olympian, 2-time silver medalist. That's at 1610 West Howard Street. That's Saturday, September 26th at 9:30. The Willie B. White Park.
So here's Carlos. Carlos been struggling as well. Hitting just .231, 17 homers, 45 driven in. Carlos 1 for 6 in this series, and he has faced Dunsing 5 times, has 3 hits, 1 of which stayed in the park. Big rip.
Sometimes you got to get a little lucky out there on the mound. Konerko and Dye both crushed the ball. They could have gotten up or gotten down, but they didn't. They went right to Delmon Young. So Dunsing very fortunate this inning.
Well, throughout Jermaine's struggles, it's almost every time he's hit a ball really hard, it's been right at somebody, which is symptomatic of being in a funk. Just take a look right here at his right leg. Let's focus on his back leg, his right leg. Right over the top, and that'll do it. Nothing across. We picked up our first hit. We'll go to the third. It is 1-0 Minnesota. Now watch how fast his right leg gets out there. When he's swinging the bat well, that right leg is just like a post. The only difference is it's got a tilt, a little angle to it. It just stays right there and creates a hang time or a lag time. And one reason that Carlos has been scuffling is because that right leg is getting him out there too quick. He has no lag time or hang time, and consequently he has to use the upper part of the body too much. And they've been working on that, trying to get it in shape. As Nick Punto with a 2-1 count. There's a strike. Punto hitting at .229, a homer he's driven in 34. Carlos Gomez on deck and Orlando Cabrera in the hole.
It's a switch hitter who hits just about the same from either side of the plate. As you can see, did an okay job, not a great job against Mark Buehrle.
Full count. Nick Punto has been a good player for these guys.
Ron Gardner knows you can put him anywhere and he's going to give you a real good effort.
The dreaded leadoff walk.
You're going to take a look at Gomez trying to push this bunt to the right side. Now, if he does make a good bunt, it's going to accomplish at least one, but possibly two things. If he gets it by Mark Buehrle, he's going to beat it out. If not, he's going to get Punto to second base. Let's see if they use that.
Gomez hit the ball hard down two. He was trying to take it out of here, which he certainly has enough power to do. He has 2 home runs off Buehrle.
Looking down at Scott Ulger, giving him a set of signs at first base. Third base.
Well, Gardner may have given him one shot and then see what he's going to do. Big game. There, pick it up, put it on him. There you go. So the sacrifice, 3 unassisted. So Gardner gave him the one shot, switched it. I have to say that I'm just not shocked, because I've been around too long to be shocked about too many things anymore, but mystified a little bit. Carlos Gomez has a ton of talent. I mean, a ton. He's probably got as big an upside talent-wise as anybody in this league. And for some reason, he has just not been able to adjust. Just not been able to adjust. Last year, I thought he was going to have a big year. Didn't happen.
One of the big reasons is that he's going to be a leadoff hitter, and I think that swing's a little big for a leadoff hitter.
Well, that's adjustment. He just hadn't adjusted.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're going to, regardless if he's going to hit in the third hole, fourth hole, fifth hole, that swing he's got is just too big even for those 3 holes. So he just has not adjusted. And I'm sure they have worked with him on that. And there's always that possibility he can't adjust and that he won't reach his upside or his potential.
He was the second best prospect in the Mets organization behind Fernando Martinez, and he was a guy that they used as a centerpiece of the Santana deal.
And there's a base hit by Cabrera. They're going to wave him around, and it's a 2-0 ball game. So the leadoff walk comes around to score.
Well, it continues in that every time they have a chance to execute, they do. And after the sacrifice bunt, Cabrera comes up, gets another high cutter, drives this ball into left field.
That's his 5th RBI of the series.
And 66th of the year.
So here's Mauer. He went out deep to left center. Cabrera got picked off back in the first. And there's a strike. 0-1. Twins doing very well, playing very well without their big cleanup hitter Justin Morneau. He's out for the season with a bad back. And there's a base hit in the left field.
Mauer has shown conclusively in this series that he can hit the ball up, down, in, or out. Now, the only success that the Sox have had in this series have been jamming it. But if you get it up, most left-handers don't like that. Mauer doesn't matter to him.
Well, he's a better inside hitter from the left-hander than he is from the right-hander.
Yeah, he's just.
Well, you don't win.
This world.
You don't win 3 batting titles like he's going to do. He's going to win his 3rd this year. You know, by having just one spot that you can hit in. As there's Jason Kubel, takes a breaking ball and the count 1-0. Mauer's got a tremendous hitting zone. But again, as we discussed in the first game, the best way to pitch him is right underneath his hands if you're a right-handed pitcher. If you're a left-handed pitcher, you got to still pitch him in, but it's got to be higher underneath his hands. That's one of the few things that over the years, you know how things have changed?
Yeah.
The vernacular of the game has changed. The thought process has changed a lot.
Well,
there are some cardinal rules that you and I grew up with that are no longer there. But the one thing that has been a constant, among a few others that have been a constant, has been the better the hitter, the more you got to pitch him inside. The better the hitting team, take like the Yankees, you better pitch those guys inside. If you pitch them out over the plate, they're going to beat your brains out. Three-two pitch to Kubel.
Burley has to make a very good pitch here to a very tough hitter. because you can't afford to give him much more than the 2 he's given him.
2-5-0 for them, 0-1-1 for us. That pitch is popped up. And Quentin calling off Ramirez. Round number 2.
Connect with the White Sox at www.whitesox.com/connect. Follow your favorite Chicago baseball team on Twitter, Facebook, blogs, and message boards. Connect with the White Sox. Visit www.whitesox.com/connect today. Carlos Torres getting ready quickly in the pen.
There's a strike to Cuddyer.
4 right-hand hitters in a row, and then the switch hitter Punto.
Cuddyer had an infield single. With the second on a throwing error by Beckham. And came around to score on the double by Brendan Harris. And there's a base hit. It is 3-0.
RBI number 86. It seems with the absence of Justin Morneau, Mike Cuddyer is showing you why he was the #1 pick in the draft, 9 overall, not too long ago.
Well, he's 6 for 11 in this series, which is a huge. Every game the rest of the way for them, like it was earlier for us, is just huge. They're 2.5 back of the Tigers.
And knowing that they're not getting a whole lot of help in Cleveland, they're going to have to take it in their own hands. But they've got to face Kansas City 6 more times, and they're going to get Greinke twice.
And they've got 4 left with Detroit. And that'll retire the side. Little ground ball by Delmon Young. But they pick up a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the third. 3-0.
Invite any fans who are interested to come out and really salute those patriotic citizens who have given their last full measure of devotion to our country.
I know that Woodrow Wilson started this back in 1918. Now, Hawk knew him pretty well. But you carry on a great tradition, and certainly I hope you have a whole lot of people there.
Well, it's an emotional day. I think it's important for all of us in the land of Lincoln to honor those who have given their lives for our country, especially in the war against terrorism, Steve. And baseball fans all over, I know, understand that our men and women in uniform love baseball. I was in Iraq and Afghanistan this summer, and you could get the games on the internet, and it's important that we use baseball to lift the morale of our troops.
Governor, every time you come here, you come with a very worthy project you're working on, and it seems like the state of Illinois is in very good hands, and we applaud you for that.
Well, thank you, and I want to thank the Sox today, and we were able to give a car to a disabled Marine, great Marine, Chad Watson, lost his leg in Fallujah, Iraq, and the Sox and many others came together, Disabled Patriot Fund, to get him a car, and it's really going to make a difference in his life.
Well, it's very nice. White Sox charity has been terrific, and Governor, you're great. It's nice to see you as always.
Same here, Steve. Take care. Good, thank you.
The 1-2 pitch, 2-2. Also, Governor, we are not forgetting about the Illinois Military Family Relief Fund as well. We lost a bank of lights. Yeah. Right up here, right over the Sox dugout.
And if you can see the ball only sequentially, you've got to hold the game up, and I don't think they have much of any other choice. I've been with and down on the field at times when an entire bank of lights have gone out. This time just about half of it has gone out, but still it does affect the visibility.
They might be saying, hey, we can see good enough to play.
Well, from a pitching standpoint, you would just as soon them put out a couple more banks, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. If both managers agree, I would think they'd go with it.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide. Bill Welke, the crew chief. Jim Reynolds now talking with.
And when this has happened in games that I've been in, what happened was they allow the pitcher to face a hitter, and then they find out from a hitter if he still has enough visibility, if he can still see the entire baseball. If that's the case, they just go on with it.
All right, so they decide there is enough light. After all, light is sight. And a 2-2 count. Well, it's trying to come back on. Count hangs at 2-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for their guys, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error for our guys. Here in the finale of this 3-game set. And there's a solid single. Alex swinging the bat the last couple days a lot better. He is now in this series just 2 for 5 with a homer.
And you know that the book coming in from the advanced scout said throw the ball away from this guy because he's not getting the coverage on the outer part of the plate. But that ball was sinking low and away, and he hit it hard.
Well, his shoulders were really taking him out of the swing earlier, and that's an indication that you're trying to hit the ball too hard, too far, do too much. As here is Tyler Flowers, 1 for 7 in his young major league career. If your shoulders are very active, like Tyler's were right there, and the ball is away, you got no chance. Shoulders have got to follow, not lead. And that's just off the corner.
Tyler picked up his first major league hit in his last start, hoping to improve on that.
High pop up right side. Kubel got plenty of time to get there. And that's out number 1. So we go back to the top of the order. Jason Nix hit a ball hard to the right of Cabrera, who backhanded it, planted very quickly, right over the top, threw him out for a nice play.
Can Jason hit trying to pull most everything, or is he going to have to use right center more?
He's definitely going to have to use right and right center. And you know the funny thing about it, once he starts it, he's going to like it.
He's got plenty of power. That's not the problem.
No, he's strong enough from center all the way around the left field foul line. He is strong enough to get it out of any park. Now, he doesn't have a whole bunch of power to the right side only because of his approach. Nix is third behind Beckham and Reimold in slugging percentage for rookies entering today. There's a pitch right there that's exactly what Stone Corner was talking about. There's a pitch that next year or the year after, what's the location? Up, out over the plate. That Jason's got to be. You see Carter right off the end of the bat to foul it back. If he ever gets to the point he can take that pitch and drive it hard into right center fielder, then he's arrived.
Well, that pitch was right there for him to do it.
Yeah. And Mauer, as long as guys are going to take that approach, is going to stay right on out there.
I'm sure that's also the book on Jason. If you take a little something off and keep it away, he's going to roll over it.
Gap out there in right center. Ball line shot. And they don't get him just back in. That's a definite hang Wolfham for Nix. And here's Beckham. Gordon grounded out to his counterpart, Matt Tolbert.
He hit the ball pretty hard last time up.
Well, that's one reason that Tolbert had plenty of time. He bobbled it and then had plenty of time to control, pick it up, and throw him out. Gordon got a little out of sorts there for a while as nobody else was doing anything, and he tried to do a little too much. And it's a lot easier said than done not to do that. The guys are going to do it. They always have, and they always will, as long as they're behind point south. There's the strike. When it's east to west, no problem. And he swings and cannot get that one. So 1-2 the count with 2 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
Dunsink throws enough change-ups and slow breaking balls to make that fastball look a whole lot faster than it really is.
Good pitch came in on him, ate him up, slowly hit, and that'll do it. We're into the fourth. It is still 3-0 Twins. Off here in the top of the fourth inning. And there's another shot, another double. Almost a blueprint of his first one.
Well, the pitch was almost in the exact same spot. He was trying to go up in the end, didn't get it in quite enough. In the second inning, his double drove home a run. This time it leads off the inning, but you can see that Mark tries to cut it inside, doesn't get it there. And one of our leading antagonists all year, Brendan Harris, has a couple of doubles for his efforts tonight.
When he was in Tampa Bay, he did the same thing. He didn't always come up with a base hit, but he swung the bat very well and hit the ball very hard against us. Now they got a shot at third, but Beckham was not. He was in, couldn't get back in time.
That's where a third baseman is really trapped, because it's not a force out. So you don't have the wheel play on where you might think the third baseman would stay back. So he's charging in the event that that bunt is on the grass. So AJ just looks at him, realizes that he's just got to go to first base.
Sox bring the infield in for Punto, who walked and scored last inning. Want to know the count to the 31-year-old switch-hitting infielder.
He's got 6 sacrifice flies this year to go along with 9 regular sacrifices.
One and one to count to Punto. Just off the corner. And that's a Punto hit against Burley. Shanks it right side. Harris scores, and it's 4-0.
So Harris picked up his 35th run batted in. Nick Punto his 35th run batted in. Another high cutter, and that one is not working tonight for Mark Burley. And here comes Ozzie, and that is going to be it for Mark.
So Mark, in his final start of 09 here at home, will depart, and we'll be back.
TSNChicago.com, brought to you by Toshiba.
It's our Lexus call to the pen, and it's Carlos Torres at 1-1, ERA an even 6, on for the 6th time, the 2nd time out of the bullpen. And he inherits Nick Punto at second base. He'll have to look back a couple of times because with 1 out, Punto will be tempted to go if he doesn't pay any attention to him.
And here's Gomez. He is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt. Outfield spread out. And the count 1-1. Torres in command at a ball and 2 strikes to the 23-year-old center fielder.
Jason Nix is the guy that's jockeying to try to cut down that Punto lead.
And there's a base hit down the line. Gomez in the second. So the 3rd double of the inning, and it's a 5-0 lead.
Man number 28 for Gomez. And the Twins are doing just about everything right. That ball sinking in the zone. Beckham well off the line. Just rifles the ball right by him. Gordon had no chance.
Here's Cabrera. He is 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. First pitch strike.
The book is closed on Mark Buehrle at 5 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 walk. Time for his shortest outing of the year with a previous start against the Twins.
And that's foul back. Gap in left center. There he goes. Picks up his 13th stolen base in 20 attempts.
There was only one look back, and as soon as Carlos looked to the plate, Gomez was off to the races.
And now the infield in. And the count 2-2. What, 6'4"? He's going to be, I would say, they got him at 195. That's, yes, he's probably got to be, I would guess, 215. And he can move. Right, 2. Ramirez, 2 down.
Well, you get a chance to pick your poison here because you have a base open. The league's best hitter up. He's got 89 runs driven in, but he missed a month of the season. And the man behind him, Jason Kubel, also has 89 runs driven in.
And one's hitting at 373. They're going to put him on.
I would say that Joe's having a pretty good year. Average of runners in scoring position over 370. That's pretty impressive. As are the rest of those numbers.
So that'll bring up Kubel, who has grounded to second, and he has popped up to left field. Nice crowd on hand tonight. Unfortunately, it has been all Minnesota in game 1. They won it 7-0. And last night, they had a 3-0 lead. We came back to take a 4-3 lead. They came back and they won it 8-6. And tonight, 5-0.
Carlos is a sinker baller and Kubel is a dead low ball hitter.
Carlos better learn how to four-seam it.
Was probably there, but got under it a little bit.
That's over the Sox dugout. About 6 rows back, and the count 2-1. Seven-year-old DH outfielder Jason Kubel hammers that one. Alex is right there. It's a hang with him, and that'll retire the side, but they pick up 2 more and they lead at 5-0.
Big CC Sabathia.
AJ to lead it off. He'll be followed by Paulie and then Alexei Ramirez. Detroit leading Cleveland 11-1. AJ 0 for 1. He grounded out to Punto at second. And there's a solid smash by Punto. So the leadoff man aboard.
Third single of the night for the Sox. This is a cutter out away from AJ, and he stayed right with it. Hit it right at Jim Reynolds. The umpire was not going to make the play. So promising way to start the fourth.
And here's Paulie. He hit a linea. He just hit it right on the money. Line shot right to Delmon Young. Flips that curveball, grabs the strike. And there's a 2 up, and they got plenty of time. Nice pick by Kadire. 2 down.
Bring your friends and family to U.S. Cellular Field as the White Sox take on the Tigers this weekend. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
So here's Alexei. He had first ball fastball, line shot into right field for a base hit. Minnesota, after the game tonight, they will board their charter going back home, enjoy an off day tomorrow. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Kansas City comes to town. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, it's the Tigers before they go back to Kansas City to finish up the season with 3 games there. And that's hook foul. So the count 2-1. Of course, we will have an off day tomorrow. Then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Tigers come in for the last 3 games here at U.S. Cellular Field for the 09 season. Then we go to Cleveland for 3 and Detroit for 3. That ball hit hard into left center field. Gomez cannot run that one down. So that'll be the 2-out double for Ramirez. Number 14 for Alexei.
Well, that ball just kept accelerating because I think Gomez thought he had a shot at this one. It's a high changeup. It's out away from Alexei. He just drills it into the gap. And Gomez can't get to it.
That one's right at Ted Lyons. So here's Jermaine. He, like Konerko, hit a rocket right to Delmon Young in left field. Two out. Ramirez at second. And the 1-0 pitch.
That ball hit about 3 different places before finally settling in the lower bowl.
Yeah. Top of the upper deck, or the facade of the upper deck, down into the LG Skyline Club seats, one hop, into the lower bowl. There's another ball. So, with the way Delvin Young can throw, they hold Alexi. And with 2 out, have runners at the corners, it'll bring up Carlos Quentin.
The fans here were booing that Alexi didn't score. This ball was hit so hard, and Young charged so aggressively that Jeff Cox would have been sending Alexi Ramirez to a certain 3rd out at the plate.
He would have been a gone goose. No batter. So here's Carlos. He grounded out to short. One swing of the bat, and we're right back in this thing. And that wasn't it. It was a good pitch to hit.
Elbow was out over the plate. And Carlos fouled it straight back, which means he was on it. Just couldn't catch up with it.
At 1/30th of a second. That's all it is. That ball's counted. That's a base hit. So Alexi will score. It's a 5-run ball game. And that'll bring up Alex Rios, who's been swinging the bat well.
RBI number 46 for Carlos Quentin as his slow breaking ball doesn't have a whole lot on it. And Carlos takes it right back up the middle. That's the 4th hit of this inning.
We've done that a few times this year. 4 hits in the inning, score 1 run. We had a game last year at the Metrodome. We had 4 hits in the inning, didn't score.
Well, that's a tough thing to do. And with a man thrown out at the plate?
No. Yeah. Base hit. Double play. I think it was Tony got a base hit. Paulie got a base hit. He stopped at second. AJ got a base hit. He stopped at third. And then they got the last out.
That can happen to you on occasion.
The 0-1 pitch. He did not go. Alex Lyonday, solid single to right field his first trip. And there's a little comebacker, and that'll do it. We have 4 hits in the inning. Strand 2, score 1 is 5-1. Wait. face Carlos Torres. 5-9-0 for them. 1-6-1 for us. Earlier, Yankees beat the Angels 3-2 out at Anaheim. Top of the 7th in Cleveland. Tigers still leading 11-1. And that is just foul. Dyer 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored in this series. He's 6 for 11 with a homer and 3 RBIs. That was average up to 278. Came in hitting at 272. Two and one to count. Oh, he got a cookie right there. Couldn't do anything with it.
Well, Carlos got away with one because he was going down and threw one up in the eyes of Cuddyer. And as hot as he's been, he's a little lucky.
Nice pick. 1 out. So here's Young. He is grounded to short and he is grounded to second. And he is lined hard to right for a base hit.
That's one of the things I remember very well, an indelible impression of Delmon Young in his first year in the Arizona Fall League. His ability to take high fastballs and drive them with authority to right field. In those days, it looked like he was going to be a superstar. Has not worked out for him quite yet, but he's still young.
He's still young and he still can get there. He's another guy that you just got to scratch your head and say, you know,
what is it?
What happened? I talked to a couple of Minnesota people last year, mid-season. We went in there. That's out of play. They said in BP he hits them further than anybody on the club. Game starts, he has a different swing. The last time we were in there, I was watching him hit batting practice. Now, is he gone? 2 down. First strikeout for Sox pitching tonight. He hit one close to the top of those seats, not in left field, in left center field.
That's a blast.
Huh. As long as I've seen a couple. I saw Big Frank hit one up in there. As he'll just tag the bag, and that'll do it. We're halfway home. We need 4 to tie. will lead it off. He's 0 for 1. Hit a high, towering pop-up into short right field. 5-1 bad guys here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Good movement from Duensing. Right off the end of the bat by Tyler. Minnesota has 10 hits. We have 6. Duensing has yet to strike out any of our hitters. That ball hit hard. Stretch. Get up. Oh, that's off the wall. Dadgummit. For Tyler with the leadoff double here in the bottom of the fifth inning.
And a good job of backing up by Carlos Gomez, because Kubel went back, had his feet slip out from under him. And if Gomez isn't breaking toward the spot, that's at least 3 bases. You see Kubel slip, and Gomez is right there. You don't see a whole lot of that, but in that case, it sure came in handy.
So here's Jason. Jason is grounded to short, and he is lined very hard to short. To hang Wolfham. Tyler picks up his first major league extra base hit. First of many.
And hit it hard enough to go out of the ballpark. Just didn't get enough elevation.
All he had to do was just get it up. Yep. Way out of here. Well, for all the Sox fans, or the older Sox fans who watched the Big Hurt his whole career here, Kyle Flowers is as strong as Frank Thomas. Big Frank had that ability when he first came up. He joined us. First hit in Milwaukee. A triple. Right off the bat, he was a 203-1 hitter. That's something you don't see very often for a strong guy. West back to the middle base hit. They're going to wave him around. Ramirez will get it back in, and it's a 5-2 ball game on the base hit by Jason Nix.
Well, that time not trying to pull the ball to make sure that at the very least Flowers winds up at third base. It turns into gold, and RBI number 32 for Jason Nix. This ball rifled right back at him. And that cuts the lead to 3.
Well, we've had a couple of base hits to right field. But if you look at all the outs by the right-handers, every one of them has been to the left side. Yeah, there have been a couple of hit hard right to Delman Young, but all of them, all the outs have been to the left side. The base hits have been to the right side.
Right side and back up the middle.
Yeah. Well, to the right side of second base. 0-1 the count. And this should be. Rack him up, 2 down. Second double play turned by the Twins.
Visit the official online shop of the White Sox at whitesox.com. Browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including officials' caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your team gear straight from the source by shopping the whitesox.com shop.
And here's AJ. Curve ball popped up. Cabrera says, I'll take it. And he does, but we get a double from Flowers, a single from Mix. And it's a 5-2 Minnesota lead. They lead at 5-2.
And so far, we're starting to figure out Brian Dunston getting a lot of base hits, only a couple of runs, but at least we're starting to hit the ball hard, and that's a promising sign.
Well, the Twins, it'll be Punto. Then back to the top of the order with Gomez and Cabrera. Carlos Torres. First pitch strike. Punto has walked. That was back in the third. He scored, and then he had an RBI double in the fourth. Little shank right down the right field line. And the count 0-2. Mention the off day tomorrow. Then the Tigers Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make your plans to be with us here at beautiful US Cellular Field, final homestand of the 2009 season. On Friday, Freddie Garcia, who really, for the last 4 to 5 weeks, as you check out our upcoming schedule, has been the best pitcher on the staff. He'll be opposed by the southpaw Nate Robertson. But on Saturday, Jake Peavy against Eddie Bonine. And on Sunday, to be announced for us, against Edwin Jackson for them. If you can't make it to the ballpark, all 3 of those games will be right here on Comcast Sportsnet. The Sox would love dearly to win this game tonight. Enjoy an off day tomorrow, and then sweep the Tigers this weekend.
That'd be nice.
He gone.
Woodford tried to duck under that one. Bill Welke thought it was good enough.
And Mike Leary, our producer extraordinaire. That's at it.
And AJ wants the appeal. And he said he hit him. He pulled the bat back and it hit him in the hand. AJ said that he was trying to bunt. And it should be a foul ball.
I got to go along with the umpires.
Well, he was trying to pull the bat back.
Yeah, that's the only issue. That's the only issue. There used to be an old ruling.
The hand was part of the bat.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's gone by the board.
Yes, it is.
That's gone by the boards. So good speed aboard. Hey, you're talking about Minnesota having 4 games left with the Tigers. They are 9-5 against Detroit this year, and they have played them 9 times at the Metrodome, and they're 7-2. So this thing is far, far from over.
I think they feel that they can probably handle the Tigers. I think they are concerned about Kansas City. And if you had Greinke twice, you'd be concerned also.
But getting back to our producer extraordinaire, Mike Leary, just let me know that Freddie Garcia is not going to pitch on Friday. It's going to be Jake Peavy. He's being moved up to Friday. Freddie's going to pitch on Saturday. So Jake Peavy on Friday, Freddie Garcia on Saturday, and there you see, to be announced on Sunday for us. High into left field. Cabrera just missed it. I would love to watch Gomez run.
Well, he wanted to force Carlos into making a throw because you never know if it's going to short hop the second baseman. He was tagging up. And he took off like he was going to go to second. At least it forces Carlos to make a play. Now he happened to make a pretty good play, so he goes back.
So 2 out, and here's Mauer. He has gone out deep to center. He has singled to left, and he was intentionally walked. As we all know, Bobby Jenks tore his calf muscle. Bobby can't hardly walk.
I saw him before the game.
Hobble.
He's got that boot. Not getting around real well.
Bobby is. So Matt Thornton will take over the role of closer for the rest of the season.
It'll be good to see if he can get outs 25, 6, and 7. We know how good he's been in the 8th inning. He's been asked occasionally to pitch into extra innings in key situations. But now, even for a short period of time, anointed as the closer, it'll be interesting to see how he responds to that.
Big rip by Mauer. And the count 2-1.
If he throws anything like he's thrown this year in a setup role, he's going to be just fine.
Hopper, Mike Pauley steps on the bag, and that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is still 5-2 Twins.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
All right, boys, let's go. Bottom of the 6th. We've got a 3-run lead. And we've got Paulie, Ramirez, and Dye coming up. Paulie 0 for 2. He's due. First pitch strike. Little BP fastball right there. Breaking ball misses and the count evens at 1. You're just tuning in. Twins with 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. Sox 1 in the 4th and 1 in the 5th. We had 4 hits in the 4th inning, only scored 1 run. Paulie with the 1-2 count. And that's the one away. 26,097. Hey, more fannies and seats than that, though. Got it. First strikeout for Dunston.
That was a real slow curveball. The slowest he's thrown tonight. That ball well out in front of it.
Alexei has singled, he has doubled, and he has scored. Outfield straight up. And the count 2-1. Right here, Alexei. Nope. Out and around it. Bobble. Bobble.
Gonna be E6. Time the speed of Ramirez played a factor. That's the 22nd error of the year. Cabrera.
Well, he had his glove in good shape. He had it down. Came up just a little bit more than he anticipated. But when your head is looking down on top of the ball like that, it's hard to get a good read on it. Here's Jermaine. He has swung the bat very well his first 2 at-bats. He had a bullet right to Delmon Young back in the 2nd, and then he had a rocket for a base hit out to left in the 4th. Backdoor breaking ball. Nice pitch by Dunston. And the count 1-1. We'll see 11-3 Tigers. Top of the 9th at Progressive Field. LG Skyline Club seats to our right. And now the count 1-2. Outfield straight up, spread out, and fairly deep. That ball hit deep into right center field. Stretch. Gomez looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Two-run blast. Number 26 for Jermaine. And we got ourselves a 5-4 ball game.
So the Sox take advantage of the error by Cabrera and trail by only one in our Ford home run replay. Jermaine, who has hit the ball hard 3 times tonight, takes this high fastball and takes it way back in right center.
So here's Quentin. He's 1 for 2.
And the bullpen up and going for the Twins.
The ball hit hard right to Punto. Sucks it up, throws him out. But the error and the 2-run homer have got us right back in this ball game. And that'll bring up Alex Rios. Alex has lined hard to right and then hit a little soft comebacker to Dunson. Takes low ball 1. And now 2-0 the count to Alex. Tyler Flowers on deck.
With Detroit killing Cleveland. I'm not sure how patient Ron Gardenhire is going to be with Brian Dunson.
Now they had somebody up before the home run. And the 2-1 delivery. It's 3-1. Six-year-old southpaw Brian Dunson out of Omaha. And that's ball 4. And here comes Tyler Flowers, and here comes Ron Gardenhire. First walk of the game issued by Dunson. And we'll be back.
Cellular Field box office, as well as merchandise and food during White Sox home games. White Sox gift cards are available also at the box office, Dominick's, Jewel Osco, Kmart, Kroger. For details, visit WhiteSox.com under ticket information. Bobby Keppel comes into the game. We saw him last night. He's 0-1, ERA a tick under 5. On for the 31st time. He inherits tying run to first base.
27-year-old right-hander out of Mark Burley's hometown, St. Charles, Missouri. 6'5", 215 pounds. And here's Flowers. Tyler, 1 for 2. He hit a rope off that right center field wall for a double. Takes that pitch down low. One and one to count. Stay with it. Tyler, right here, buddy. Big pitch coming up. The 1-1. 5-10-1 for them. 4-9-1 for us. Just tuning in. After 3.5, Minnesota led it 5-0.
Swung 20 bases this year, but put out 4 times, but hasn't been active with his new team. He's 1 out of 2 in stolen bases.
Well, Minnesota's been playing very well. They've won 8 out of their last 10. The only other team in the American League that's won 8 out of the last 10 has been Oakland. There he goes. Power throw. No. Stolen base number 21 for Alex.
He had a shot at him, but Joe Mauer did not get off a good throw. That throw is on the first base side of second. And it took Nick Punto well off the bat.
And the count 2-1. Yeah, it's 3 balls on the strike. Jason Nix on deck. Outfield, they're deep. But in left and in center, they can throw. With a chopper 2 hopper to Cabrera, got plenty of time. And that'll do it. But the 2-run homer to right center field, a rocket off the bat of Jermaine Dye. We'll go to the 7th, trailing by 1.
One hop rocket to Gordon Beckham. And a short hop to Gordon Beckham. So he showed off his fine glove at third base. That's why he gets the attention assist of the game.
It'll be Kubel, Kadire, and Young here in the top of the 7th inning as first pitch down low to Jason. Kubel 0 for 3.
Ellis has come into this point and done a very nice job out of the bullpen in relief of Mark Buehrle, who gave up all 5 runs on 8 hits.
And the count 3-0. So the dreaded leadoff walk.
Host a private party at U.S. Cellular Field in the Terrace Suites. Take advantage of an enclosed setting with outdoor balconies and private seating area for your group. Buffets are also available. To book a Terrace Suite, call 312-674-1000 or visit WhiteSox.com.
And here's the hottest bat in this lineup, Mike Kadire. He's 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI and a run scored.
The bullpen's going to start to work again.
Kadire 6 for 12 in the series.
Get Kadire to hit the ball on the ground. He's grounded into 21 double plays as Tony Pena loosens in the pen.
Kadire and the 0-2 pitch. Some injury issues last couple of years, but when he's healthy, he is a solid player. He gone. 1 out.
It looked like a good hard slider low and away from Kadire. That's what it was, and he got it. Good location.
Delman Young grounded to short, second, and lined a base hit in the right field. Didn't get that one. One to count for the 24-year-old outfielder. 24-year-old, very talented outfielder. There's a bullet. Cut off by Rios. They'll get it in. So the leadoff walk will stop at third. That's Jason Kubel. 1 out. Ducks on the pond.
Alex did a nice job of getting that ball quickly and making sure that Kubel couldn't score. Kubel doesn't have great speed, but he was able to cut it off before it got too deep into the alley.
That'll bring up Jose Morales to hit for Brendan Harris, who was 2 for 3 with 2 doubles, an RBI, and a run scored.
And I was going to say, the way he'd sit against us, you might as well put him at first base and first base open.
Well, it's been a little surreal on how well he has hit us. This year, Morales 9 for 16 with 3 big RBIs, and in his career he has had 19 at bats against our pitching, and he has 12 hits.
So almost
two of those hits have won ball games.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, it is. It's really surreal.
Tolbert's going to turn around and hit from the left side, and that's his weaker of the two sides by 90 points.
Sacks packed with Twins. One out. Tolbert 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt tonight. First pitch, always a big pitch in this sequence, Stone Pony.
I missed it with the slider. Now he's going to have to come back with something in the zone.
He gets it over, it changes the bat. That changes the bat in a positive way for Tolbert.
AJ does a nice job of blocking it. AJ is looking out at Carlos Torres and saying, let it go. Because that one looked like he guided it. It was the first pitch tonight that he hasn't thrown with conviction.
Pops him up. AJ. And a big out in the sequence. 2 down. Dennis and Menace. We got a few Dennis and Menaces out here today.
Southpaw likes the pink hat.
We got one behind the plate wearing number 12 for us. We got Southpaw. But here's Punto. He's 1 for 2. Had an RBI double. Little shank off early down the right field line. Little duck smart.
To this point, this has become the biggest at bat of the game. Get him here. He got out of a jam. He got a little momentum heading into the bottom of the 7th.
There's a good strike on the outer half, and the count evens at 1. Outfielder short. And Torres coming right at him with a 1-2 count now.
Fouled off the other way. Now it holds at 1-2.
Two balls, 2 strikes to Punto.
Almost tried the backdoor breaking ball, but unfortunately it stayed outside.
Punto can do this. He can have some 7, 8, 9, 10 pitch at bats in big situations in the past against us. And he's won a few of them too. He's won a few of those battles.
Now Minnesota knows that Detroit has taken the measure of the Indians.
And once again, a 2-2. It's full. No place to put it.
Carlos Gomez in the on-deck circle. The biggest pitch of the game is right here.
It's into center field, and it's a base hit. So Punto is going to win the battle. They score a pair, and it's a 7-4 ball game.
Third run batted in tonight, 36th and 37th of the year. And Punto gets a little cutter on the inside part of the plate. And Torres had done a terrific job. That one pitch changes the whole performance.
Well, the leadoff walk, the dreaded leadoff walk, is what really did him in. So he'll depart, and we'll be back.
For an enrollment form or additional information, call 312-674-5444. Now our Lexus call to the pen, and that call is for Tony Pena. When here it's runners at first and third, as Pena comes on for the 31st time.
Carlos Gomez, as Punto takes off, there's a swing, there's a throw through. Ball into center field, off the glove of Ramirez. This ball's got to be caught.
I think that's got to be E6.
And it's 8-4.
Not going to get him at second, but Ramirez trying to avoid the sliding Morales. Sliding Punto.
And that's popped up. Watch out. As some damage is done, a 3-spot goes up on the board. 7th inning stretch, they lead at 8-4.
Beckham, Pierzynski, and Konerko. As the Sox once again trail by 4.
First pitch strike to Jason Nix. Leading off here in the bottom of the 7th. 8-12-1 for them, 4-9-2 for us. One and one to count. Nix has swung the bat well tonight. Hit the ball hard 3 times. Has 1 hit and 1 RBI. There's a shank right there. And the count 1-2. Start us off right here, Jason. Come on. Let's get some runs. That's into left field. That's Ken Korn. 1 out. And that'll bring up Beckham. Gordon's 0 for 3. He's due. 2 grounders to third and 1 to second. Takes first pitch strike, outfield. Gomez plays 8 deep center field.
He plays everybody back there, but especially deep in their no double set. Apparently he feels he can come in much better than he can go back, because it's tough to get the ball over his head.
Wynn's brother with a 1-2 count. Gordon's sister, a junior at University of Georgia. Just got a piece of that. Off day tomorrow, then Friday. Tigers in town for 3. Make your plans to be with us. It'll be Jake Peavy on the bump against Nate Robertson.
Johnny Nunez. Randy Williams throwing in the bullpen.
Double-barreled activity. On Saturday, Freddie Garcia against Eddie Bonine. And on Sunday, in the final home game of 09 to be announced for us against Edwin Jackson for them. Can't make the ballpark series. All 3 games will be right here over Comcast Sportsnet. And that's going to be in the seats souvenir. Gordon in strong position to win the Rookie of the Year award, and he is the first position player from the 08 draft to reach the big leagues. Did it on June 4th. A rolling breaking ball hit hard but foul. Try to come in on him again, they do.
That was a good sinker. That ball had terrific movement low and in. See where Mauer sets up. That ball just dig straight down.
So 2 out to AJ. AJ is 1 for 3. Single hard in the center field, leading off the 4th inning. A big 3 spot in the 7th, giving Minnesota some breathing room here as AJ takes strike 1. They scored 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th. They led it 5-0. The Sox got right back into it. 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. That home run by Jermaine Dye. And then the big 3 spot. And a dreaded leadoff walk started it off. Gomez. That's a hang with him. So a 1-2-3 inning for Keppel, and we'll go to the 8th. The 8th inning, and the bad guys lead it 8-4. It'll be Cabrera, Mauer, and Kubel to face Tony Pena. Cabrera is 2 for 4 with a run batted in and a run scored, and a couple of good plays in the field. Two and 0 the count. There's a good strike right on the outer half. Count evens at 2. Atlanta beat the Mets 5-2. That was at City Park. Mets 65-88.
They're having a hard time fielding a team with all the injuries they've had.
One out.
If you missed some of the action, go to On Demand from Comcast, and you'll have access to Comcast Sportsnet White Sox games ready to watch on your schedule. Find out more, call 1-888-4BEST-TV.
Joe Mauer takes ball one. Joe is 1 for 3, that single, and he was walked intentionally. That was in the 4th inning. Two balls and a strike to the 26-year-old. This fabulous play. All there is to that. High. He just missed it. 2 down. So here's Kubel, 0 for 3, but he started off that 3-run 7th, that big 3-run 7th with the walk. Looks at strike one. Backs it up, and it's 2 balls and a strike. 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Twins. 4 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for our Sox. Final meeting of the year between these 2 ball clubs. And the count's 3-1. Twins trying to take a 12-6 season series edge. And there's ball 4. And here's Kadire. On the outside corner. 26,097. They're really getting into this thing.
Looking pretty good after that 6th inning.
Yeah.
1-run deficit.
A little momentum. In fact, a lot of mode going for us. And then lead off walk. 3 runs across the plate. Walks will stop a lot of mode.
As well as a little piranha, Punto.
Watch out, Delman. 0-2 the count to Kadire. Well, that was a typical Punto at bat, as I talked about then. We've seen him have those 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pitch at bats. Big spots in the ball game where he wins a lot of them. The chopper to Hopper. And that'll do it. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be Konerko, Ramirez, and Dye as we try to climb back into this ball game. remarks, so don't miss US Cellular White Sox postgame live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend. We got 6 more outs. And Bobby Keppel out of St. Charles, Missouri. Trying to get them one by one. 8-4 Twins. Look at Gomez in center field.
He's still way back there.
I mean, with his speed. That's down low. Paulie, he's 0 for 3 tonight. You very seldom see a guy that can run like that. Play that deep.
Well, a lot of them want to play fairly shallow to make some highlight reel catches.
Two and 0 the count. Toronto beat Baltimore 7-3. Tampa Bay lead. Check that. Tampa Bay beat Seattle 5-4. And the count 3-0. And that's right on the outside edge of the outside corner. And a full count. Lexi on deck, Jermaine in the hole. All 4 base hit right here, Paul. That's a can of corn into right field. So he comes back from the 3-0 count. And that's out number 1. And here comes Alexei, who's 2 for 3. A single, a double, and a couple runs scored. Just on average, I would say from where Gomez plays in center field, it's going to be a minimum of out of 50 base hits that are hit at him. As there's a little soft hit ground ball, barehanded by Cabrera, goes off the mark.
That one hit Alexei, otherwise it very likely would go into the dugout.
So that's got to be a base hit.
Base hit, and the fact that it hit Ramirez probably saved him another error. Hit off the right heel. Harrison Crane loosely in the pen.
I would say out of the 50, though, probably 80 to 85% for sure will be hit in front of him rather than over his head.
Well, you're not going to get one over his head too easily unless it's going out of the yard. Jermaine hit one over his head.
Well, Jermaine, this is the best game he's had in a while. He's been on plate 3 times. If you're just tuning in, and hit 3 rockets. The first one was hit right to Delman Young in left field for an out. The next one was a shot into left field for a single, and then a bullet into the right center field bleachers for that 2-run homer, his 26th. And the count 2-0. Oakland shutting out Texas 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 4th. Red Sox come into the day with a 7-game lead over the Rangers.
This race in the Central is just about it right now.
match in Minnesota. Against the Tigers here, 9-5. They've played 9 games at the Humphrey Dome, and the Twins won 7 of them. But they have 4 against the Tigers at Comerica Park.
Gardner does not look like a happy man that Robbie Kibble can't get the ball over the plate.
He's not at all. Second 3-0 count he's had with a 4-run lead. Gardy probably is one of the more demonstrative managers when it comes to.
He doesn't hide anything.
No. When it comes to ball 4. Decent lead by Ramirez. That ball hit deep in the left center field. Stretch. Way back with the ball. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. The second one for Jermaine, and it's an 8-6 ball game.
And 78 on the power numbers. And that's going to be it for Kemple. He's going to depart. Our Ford home run replay. He reaches out, takes this ball up thigh high away, and takes it out of the yard.
Right, Jesse Crain comes on, and we'll be back.
There you look at the numbers on for the 50th time. And there's one out here in the 8th. It's a 2-run to win the lead.
And here's Carlos. He's 1 for 3. And that hit him. He didn't want to do that.
Rick Anderson on the phone. Tries to ride this one on the inside part of the plate. He gets Carlos just above the left elbow.
Well, when you get hit 43 times in a year like he did in the minor leagues, you sort of expect that. Sort of get used to it a little bit. As here's Alex. Tying run at the plate.
It was the lucky 13th time he's been hit this year, and Mauer goes up again to the mound.
Well, 43 times I've never heard of anybody get hit that much.
Especially in the minor league season, we were playing fewer games.
140. You got to figure he probably didn't play more than 40.
Harris and Roush going into bullpen.
6-11. John Roush. As right here, 1-0 the count with one down. And it's 2-0. Crane worked an inning in the third last evening to pick up that victory.
Mark Kotsay in the on-deck circle, and when he's announced, he will bring Majerus into the game.
That ball is just hammered right to Gomez. That's a hang woofer. Dadgummit. Man.
Well, the positioning was perfect. This fastball was right down the middle, thigh high, exactly where Alex wants it. He hit it a long way and awfully hard. And just as soon as Kotsay is announced, here comes Majerus.
So Crane departs, and we'll be back.
Time is ERA a minuscule 2.11, and he's taking a look in at Mark Kotsay, left-handers hitting just 125 off him.
Hitting for Tyler Flowers, who was 1 for 3 tonight, a double and a run scored. Generous strike right there. A generous strike. And that breaking ball a little high. So the count evens at 1. A double by Flowers. Line shot off the bottom of the right center field fence. And that fastball at 94 foul back. So Majerus on top, 1-2. 2 out and the 1-2 pitch. That is slammed into the LG Skyline Club seats. Big gap out there in right center. Carlos just a short lead at first. And that breaking ball fought off by Kotze.
That ball was on the inner portion and it was too close to take. So an awkward swing keeps him alive.
Harris, who has done really just an outstanding job for these guys. And that's into short right field. Punto's back. Little man's all over the place, makes a catch, and that'll retire the side. But the second 2-run homer in this game by Jermaine Dye. And it's an 8. At 8:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Yeah, Thornton comes into the game. Thornton, the newly anointed closer, 6-3, ERA 2.67, up for the 66th time. And there you look at some very impressive numbers.
Delman Young takes ball 1. Young is 2 for 4, a single, a double, and he has scored a run. And for those of you who are just tuning in, did not hear, Bobby Jenks tore a muscle in his calf, right calf, so he is out for the season. And there's a base hit. "13 hits for Minnesota tonight with those 8 runs. We have 6 runs on 11 hits. So here's Jose Morales. There's a bunt. Got to play it second. Bad throw.
Well, he had him too, and had him by plenty. My question is, will it be a fielder's choice or E1?
That'll be an E1.
Well, a decent throw gets it.
They're giving him fielder's choice, error 1.
It's error 111.
Well, we have seen what a large portion of those 111 have done to us this year. Well, a little mix-up right there. We had 2 third basemen.
2 third basemen, nobody at second, and nobody charging from the left side. So we'll try that one again. What usually happens is Beckham is given a sign from the dugout, then he gives a sign to the infield, but audibly tells the pitcher which way to charge.
Tolbert 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt earlier. That was back in the 4th inning. Well, the one thing you don't want is what we had. 2 third basemen.
No.
Pops it up. AJ. And that's out number 1. So here's Babe Punto. Babe walked and scored in the 3rd. Doubled in a run in the 4th. Struck out in the 6th. And singled in 2 big runs with 2 out. Bases loaded in the 7th. Fires that one into the seats. He has been a good player for this Minnesota ball club for a few years. And the count 0-2. Carlos Gomez, the on-deck hitter. And for our guys in the bottom of the 9th, we can get out of this. It'll be Nix, Beckham, and Pierzynski. Checks it up.
Outfield very shallow all the way around. Infield looking for 2.
He gone. Gas.
AJ wants it on the corner. And that one was a perfect pitch.
He just filled it up. So here's Gomez. He's 1 for 3. He had a sacrifice bunt. He was also hit by a pitch. Checks it up. And there's strike 1. Foul tip. To the count. Minnesota no home runs. We have 2, both by Jermaine Dion. Of course, with those 2 home runs by Jermaine, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 176 and 77. So 1,000. The check is $17,700 donated by Alex Nelius in loving memory of Ursula. And that's up high. Softly hit right side. Nixon's got him. So Matt pitches out of it. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. It'll be the top of the order as we trail it 8-6.
The Tigers at 7-Eleven. Enjoy Latin music, dancing, and special activities for the kids, along with specially priced tickets. To order tickets, visit whitesox.com/heritage. Joe Nathan comes into the game. Saved number 43 last night. 2-2 ERA, 2.18 out for the 65th time.
And Scotty Pods will hit for Jason Nix. Nix was 1 for 4 tonight with an RBI, but he swung the bat well. Hit the ball hard. Bit of a gap out there in right center. Tolbert on the grass, well off the line at third. And first pitch strike to Scotty Pods. Pods comes in hitting his 303. Go along with those 6 homers and 45 knocked in. And the count quickly 0-2. Gordon Beckham on deck and Pierzynski in the hole. High and wide. Just turning in. Twins led it 5-0 after 3.5. Sox scored 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th to make it 5-4. But then that big 3-run 7th started with a leadoff walk. There's a chopper. And that's out number 1. And the pitchers of record of the starters. Burley and Dunson. 2 two-run homers by Jermaine Dye. Jermaine's hit the ball extremely hard all 4 at-bats tonight. He's 3 for 4 with those 2 two-run homers. So here's Gordon. He's 0 for 4. Takes it right there. Gordon, get on for AJ. Only 1 to count. And once again, a reminder, an off day tomorrow. And then Friday, first of that 3-game set with the Tigers, will be Jake Peavy on the bump against Nate Robertson. Then on Saturday, Freddie Garcia against Eddie Bonine, and on Sunday to be announced for us against Edwin Jackson. If you can't make it to the ballpark, those are the last 3 games of the season here at home All three of those games will be right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Well, that's a good hard slider by Joe Nathan. He has an overhand curve, a hard slider, and a fastball that's certainly more than adequate.
Machado gets hit hard. He didn't want to do that.
Well, Nathan tried to throw the sinker down and in. The same pitch that Keppel got him with in the 7th inning. But instead, it was up and in. And it got a piece, and a good piece, of Gordon Beckham.
And right just above the right bicep. That pitch really wasn't that far inside.
I tell him to rub a little dirt on his son.
Meanwhile, he's on base with one out. Here's AJ, the tying run at the plate. AJ's 1 for 4, hard single in the 4th, and last time up hit a bullet right to Gomez in center. Konerko on deck. Just the 30th of a second too quick.
AJ hit that ball awfully hard. And well fouled. Don't have much luck against Joe Nathan.
These two have something in common. AJ and Nathan.
Yeah, involved in the same deal. And AJ apparently has cracked his bat.
Well, you can do that with those maple bats. $95 maple bats. You can hit it right on the sweet meat and crack it, or break it right in two. Oh, and 1 to count. Ball gets away. Well, that takes the ground ball double play out of the equation.
That ball just went the other way. And Nathan has, you can believe this, well, his 4th wild pitch of the year.
Big pitch right here, the 1-1. No. That was not a strike.
That's what AJ has told Bill Welke.
That's not even close.
Big high curveball that never was in the zone. I mean,
not
never.
even close to being a strike. Man, on a 1-1 count, that's a big gift right there to the Twins. That's a big gift right there. And Welke knows it. He knows that he blew it. That's a big spot in the ball game. Give them a gift.
Well, on a call, Nathan is trying to throw a backdoor curveball, but as you can see, it stays outside. In fact, Mauer just has to yank it back over the outside corner to make it look respectable. But that one really wasn't close.
No, that's just a bad call. He's good umpire, but he just absolutely just brutalized that call. So it's up to Paulie. Takes it upstairs. That's a bad time and a bad spot and a bad at bat to miss a pitch. And the count 2-0. Back in the second, tying run at the plate with the catbird seat. And that's high. Ramirez on deck. Funny.
Lexi's reached base 4 times, 3 hits, and an error with 3 runs scored.
And there's ball 4, so the tying runs aboard and the winning run comes to the plate.
Nathan was thinking that Paulie had the 3-0 green light because he threw him a curveball 3-0 with first base open, even though he is a tie run, but now you're going to take him down for a pinch runner. I would assume yes, Dwayne Wise is coming out. Rick Anderson talking to Joe Nathan. Nathan, who went 1-2-3 in the 9th inning last night, is struggling in the 9th inning tonight.
Wayne at first, Beckham at second. And here's Alexei single sharply in the right field in the second. He doubled in the 4th, reached on an error by Cabrera in the 6th, and he had an infield single in the 8th. Right here. Right here. Could not check it up. $26,000 plus paid tonight, more than that in the house. May have been into this game. Once again. Now too much time is taken. Now Nathan accepts from Mauer. Breaking ball and no chance. 0-2. Well, Lexi, good 2-strike hitter, buddy. Got the hot hand on deck and Jermaine Dye, who was 3 for 4 with 2 2-run homers tonight. 2. Gomez gets over his head. It's out of here. Same for Kubel. And they're going through a lot of signs. Now, maybe he wants to go through it again.
He's got 3 pitches.
Two on, 2 out, the 1-2 pitch. Mason and Maurer trying to slow play us to death here. Now he accepts. And when that ball comes down, this ball game will be over, and Minnesota has come in here and swept our Sox. They win the first game 7-0. They win last night 8-6. They win tonight 8-6. And Stone Pony, not much to say.
Nope, just take it out on Detroit after the off day tomorrow. The Twins keep pace with the Tigers, who clobbered Cleveland. And that's it, 9 left.
All right, so for my partner Steve Stone, our Hall of Fame director Jim Angio, our producer Mike Leary.